Governor Gavin Newsom has a long history of passing laws deeply unpopular with the people of California. One America's Pearson Sharp takes a look at some of the governor's most controversial propositions since taking office.
Since taking office, California Governor Gavin Newsom has endorsed, supported, and enacted hundreds of seriously unpopular new laws, leaving residents with a bad case of buyer's remorse. These measures range from sweeping new taxes to leniency for pedophiles and rapists to doubling down on sanctuary city policies. One major new measure that's up for a vote this November is Proposition 16, which would allow institutions in California to actively discriminate against people based on their race. That's right. Prop 16 wipes out racial equality under the law and officially gives the government permission to hire someone based purely on the color of their skin, ignoring their qualifications. Now, anytime a work environment doesn't appear diverse enough, meaning, of course, too many white people, the government can hire people of color to meet their diversity quotas. In other words, Prop 16 is about legalizing discrimination, plain and simple, and it's being endorsed by Governor Newsom. Another big one is Proposition 15, which aims to hike taxes on commercial properties across the state, raising some $12 billion in new tax revenue. It would undo the protections of Proposition 13, which has helped keep property taxes down for the last 4 decades and could put thousands out of business, all with Gavin Newsom's wholehearted approval. Worse, it's being sneakily mislabeled on the November ballot. Knowing that Californians would never vote to raise taxes again, Democrats are instead calling it the Schools and Communities First Initiative. Because who wouldn't want to improve their schools and communities if Californians only knew the price? And then there's Assembly Bill 5, which made waves across the state earlier this year as well, making it impossible for independent contractors and gig workers to find any jobs. Overnight, AB 5 left hundreds of thousands of Californians out of work, including musicians, artists, photographers, stylists, and ride-sharing drivers, hurting the very people it claimed to help, and without voters having any say. Gavin Newsom also made headlines when he stood behind Senate Bill 145, which makes it easier than ever for pedophiles to prey on children. The bill reduces penalties for child predators who engage in oral or anal sex with a child, just as long as that child is willing and they're within 10 years of age. And all these new empowered sexual predators have Gavin Newsom to thank. Newsom has also come out with a bold and visionary plan to ban all sales of new gasoline-powered cars in the state starting in just 15 years. His mandate shifts California further to a zero-emission state, but comes at the cost of thousands of jobs and increased demand on an electrical grid he's working hard to cripple with green energy initiatives. But these policies are just scratching the surface. A few of the other headliners include AR 105, Newsom's policy to switch to vote by mail despite evidence of rampant voter fraud, or ACA 4, giving 17-year-olds the right to vote, or AB 1460, which makes it mandatory for California students to take indoctrinating ethnic studies classes, spreading conspiracy theories like white privilege. Or even Newsom's support for Proposition 63, which attacks law-abiding gun owners and which federal judges have already ruled is not only unconstitutional, but strikes at the very heart of the Second Amendment. So far, Gavin Newsom has signed thousands of new laws since taking office and pushed hundreds through without any oversight using his executive authority since the coronavirus struck. Californians are desperate to save their state and remove him from office, and an ongoing petition aims to do just that. Organizers of the Recall Gavin 2020 petition say if Californians are ready for a change, then now is the time to act. Gavin Newsom has enacted an unprecedented number of executive orders, and with the state legislature largely out of commission due to COVID, his powers under California's Emergency Services Act are virtually unlimited. There's really nothing he can't do. Unless Californians stand up and say enough is enough, then they can look forward to at least another 2 years of Newsom's destructive policies, watching their taxes creep higher, their quality of life go down the drain, and their freedoms disappear forever. For One America News, I'm Pearson Sharp.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.